There's something magical about the written word. It captures moments and it makes them last. And when it comes to sharing family history, what better way to do it with the next generation than through a personalized book? Today I'm starting a special project for my youngest granddaughter. She's only 2, so this will be a very simple beginning, something sturdy and fun, just like her favorite toys. There are so many ways to share family history with kids. You can tell them stories, you can send photos in text messages to older kids, you can make family recipes together. But there's nothing quite like an old letter or a book, something that lasts and they can pull it out and read it over and over again. Since my granddaughter's only 2, I decided to go with a board book. These are sturdy and they're perfect for little hands. For this project, I used a popular photo book service called Shutterfly. Mainly because I had a gift certificate, there was a sale, and I already know how to use the software. Here's a hint: never ever purchase a photo book from a place like Shutterfly unless there's a sale. Just always watch for discounts. For Chloe's 2nd birthday, I made a quick test board book of family photos with short captions, just mommy, daddy, doggies, and so on. And at first she looked at it and then she tossed it on the floor. But she kept coming back to it. She found daddy, she found the doggies. She was happy enough with those, but when she found Bun Bun, her nighttime sleep companion, then her face just lit up with just like pure adoration. And since she's so little, we're not ready for a long, engaging story about her Revolutionary War ancestors. There's plenty of time for that later, but Bun Bun, that's just her speed. So I thought, why not make Bun Bun the star of her very own adventure? So I took Bun Bun on a secret photo shoot. I set her up with fun candid shots all over the house and yard, and I think I'll call this Bun Bun's Big Adventure. As I was creating this book, I was reminded of something I read in Dr. Elaine Reese's book, Tell Me a Story. Now, she highlights how toddlers learn new words most easily when they look at realistic pictures, and that's one of the reasons I decided to go with photos. Studies show that kids this age, they're not settling in for long stories yet, but they love what she calls interactive reading. So when you read with toddlers, she suggests spending time on each page, pointing at things and asking open-ended questions like, what's Bun Bun doing here? Who's this with Bun Bun? The goal is to get them talking and then praise their responses and then extend their ideas. For instance, if Chloe says, Bun Bun's on the slide, I might ask, what do you think Bun Bun will do next? And if she can't answer, no problem. Instead of repeating the question, I would just supply the answer myself. Like, I think Bun Bun's going to run over and swing next. What do you think? And this way, every page becomes an opportunity for connection and learning, even if it's just for a moment before she throws it on the floor and runs off to play with something else. So with that in mind, I don't need to worry about crafting a fancy story. I can keep it simple, just Bun Bun and Chloe doing the things they do every day. Let's say they wake up in the morning and they come downstairs and maybe they encounter that robot vacuum cleaner that's sitting at the bottom of the stairs. Chloe's a little bit afraid of the robot vacuum cleaner when it lights up and starts moving around. She doesn't like that really well. So maybe I'll make Bun Bun be afraid of the robot and Chloe can be the one that says, it's okay, Bun Bun, I'll protect you from the robot. And then maybe they can eat some pancakes and play on the slide and take a nap, tell each other some secrets and have a snack time, something like that. Now, whenever I start a project like this, I like to plan it out so that I don't end up procrastinating because I'm a professional procrastinator. So I like to figure out how many pages I'm dealing with. I like to determine what size those pages are and how many photos I want to put on them. And then I want to gather all my photos up ahead of time and figure out what words I'm going to use. And I like to get that all together before I start. I found a simple template out here for a board book, and it has 20 pages. I think that I'll do 10 inside pictures and then 10 pages with words. Just keep it really simple. If I were to write a little poem of 5 verses with 4 lines in each verse, that's 20 lines. So I could put 2 lines on each page. And of course, you wouldn't need to use poetry. You could write just a few words on each page. I write terrible poetry. So she might as well get used to that now so it doesn't shock her too much later. I spent a little time playing with some verses, and here's what I came up with so far. Bun Bun wakes up in the morning with Chloe by the door. pancakes on the table. Let's have some more. But oh no, here comes trouble. Robot vacuum is near. Bun Bun hides behind Chloe. She says, nothing to fear. And on it goes. I'm going to put my pictures on one page and my words on the other. And I'm not going to jump here into a full-blown tutorial on how to use Shutterfly or photo software, but there are plenty of YouTube videos that can guide you through the process if you feel like you would like help with that. And you can use photos for your pictures, or you can just take pictures of drawings that you make or drawings that one of your kids has made. I just went through the photos I took and picked out those that most closely matched the lines from the poem. And I used some tools at canva.com to help me spice those up a little bit. This isn't sponsored by Shutterfly or Canva, and I suggest using whatever tools you're most comfortable with. If you're looking for alternatives to creating a custom board book, you can also try DIY options. Search for DIY children's board books online, or use a regular photo album with sleeves. Just make sure that everything is securely placed inside of the pages to prevent little hands from pulling the photos out. Right now, Bun Bun's big adventure is perfect for Chloe, but as she grows, I'll introduce her to more involved family stories and family history. So whether it's a family photo or Bun Bun's latest adventure, these books create memories that last, and the joy of watching toddlers rediscover their pictures over and over, that's priceless, if you have a coupon. Oh good, Shutterfly just sent me a 50% off coupon. I can order the book, and I'm going to use this poem for another little project, some music. When I finish that video, I'll put a link in the video description here. In the meanwhile, look in that description or up in the corner of your screen, depending on how you're watching, for links to other videos about kids and family stories.